Welcome to the weekly challenge, where I challenge you to prove your programming prowess. If you succeed, you'll have gotten some good practice. And if you struggle, you'll end up learning something new. This week, I am challenging you to identify information about a string, including letter count and word count. Now, I'll explain more about that in the bonus challenge in a minute. But first, in case you don't know me, my name is Tim Corey, and it's my goal to make learning C# easier. That's why I issue weekly challenges. Just watching me create code isn't enough. You need to be constantly practicing in order to be growing as a developer. So let's see what I have in store for you this week. Here's the instructions for this challenge and also the starter project. Now you can get both of these as well as a copy of this video by following the link in the description if you're on YouTube. All right, so you're going to use my starter app to create code that will loop through the strings that I have provided and identify the total character count. Now, in these strings, there are line returns. So just count each line return as one character. Depending on how you count them, they could be 0 characters or 2 characters or 1 character. So I'm just telling you to count them as 1 character. So total characters, including line returns, including spaces, and other characters. Then give me the number of characters excluding white space and line returns. And finally, give me the number of words in the string. So for example, here's the first string right here. So 1 word, 2 words, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so that's the total number of words in the string. And then once you've done all of that, list each word just to make sure it's a valid word. Okay? So you want to make sure that you list each word and that, for example, you don't have that as a word, more dot. That's not really a word. More is the word, not more with a period at the end. So that's the basic or the normal challenge. Okay, and that is quite a bit to do. So think through it. There's a couple of tricky bits in here. Okay, now one of the things you may notice is this is formatted kind of weird. Don't reformat it. Don't hit the Control ED, which will kind of fix some of these things. Leave it alone because I've left you some surprises in here with the characters you can't really see, the line returns and the spaces. So just kind of know that and be careful of that. So when you're looking through, make sure you review the information. Now I've made your life a little easier. Down below, you'll see in these comments, I've left you all the information you should need. So for example, for this very first string, which is this one right here, it has 14 words in it. It has 89 characters, 60 characters if you don't count line returns and white space or in spaces. All right. Now it also says it has the is the most used word 2 times and E is the most used character 10 times. That's from the bonus challenge. The bonus challenge is to identify the unique word list, the most used word, the unique character list, and the most used characters. Now, when it comes to characters, just count alpha characters, meaning A through Z. And don't worry about casing, meaning capital T and lowercase t are the same thing. Don't count them differently. Now, if you notice, the second string, this one right here, is a little bit more complicated. It's actually copied straight from our challenge. But it has things like open paren right there. And it has commas and close paren and comma. And there's some other things in here as well. This one has double white space here. Actually, triple white space there. So things like that are kind of in here, making it a little bit more tricky. But what you end up with is a string array called tests that has 2 entries. This first one and this second one. I want you to loop through the two. Don't try and hard code them. Loop through the two and end up with this information for the first one, this information for the second one. Okay? So do that in your main. And once you do, then you'll have completed both the regular challenge and also the bonus challenge as well. You got it? I hope so. Good luck and happy coding.